Hello, hello. Sorry to see your comment. Schedule one. What is that? What's that about? I'm so mad. I had to. My very first level here, I was like level 70 something, I think, in this store, and then it just kept crashing and crashing and crashing. And then I had to restart the level from one, and now the game works, which is bullshit, but whatever. Is it a horror game? Oh, that's that drug game. I've seen this. I was looking into this actually before. Yeah, like a drug simulator thing. Like you grow drugs and stuff and sell them. So boring from level one. Ew. Well, now it's level five, but still. I'm gonna complain until I get up to my old level. Oh, look, my star is bigger. Someone threw a freaking sandwich. We don't even sell sandwiches here. Cost 250 to change the name? I'm not doing that shit. A lot of people are telling me that. They're like, why are you playing a game like where you have to work? Why are you playing a game that you could do in real life? And it's like, I don't want to do this shit in real life. And I worked in a store before too. I was a cashier. I worked in the bakery, and it was okay. I was a cashier like in two different stores. It was so annoying because back in the day, if I sat down, my manager would be like, what are you doing? Like, you can't sit down. Nowadays, you go up and people are texting as they're checking you out. It's insane how things have changed. Like, I remember I was at a cashier once and I had to wait for this person to finish texting before she checked me out. There was another one that was talking to someone on the phone just recently. I was at a Dwayne Reed. No, it was a Walgreens. It used to be a Rite Aid, and then Walgreens bought it or whatever. And this guy was like on the phone talking about TikTok videos as he was checking us out. And his manager was sitting right there, did not care. Oh, yeah, they used to give that managerial job to anybody. Oh, yeah, I remember those times too. That's why people always said, like, don't work with your friends. I remember I worked at a job and there was a manager guy there. I hated him. Everyone hated him. He would like touch girls' backs and their necks and stuff. He was just a weirdo. But I remember he hired his friend and he was like the manager of the deli. And he also fired him a few days later in a very, very, very bad way. And then in the same day called him later on and was like, hey, you want to hang out? And the guy was literally like, go fuck yourself. Acted like an asshole to him for no reason, just because he was a manager of a deli. And then he was telling me the story, and I'm like, yeah, because you're an asshole, duh. Managers used to in the day. Especially New York. It's just weird. I don't know, this looks whack for now, but whatever. Can I take another loan out and be broke? This is new. You can buy a skateboard now? Oh, I forgot to change the prices for the day. Yeah, I mean, you know what? Nowadays, it's like people just want to make money and go home and do something else. I remember when careers were super popular. Now, I feel like that's not a thing anymore, except unless it's like something that makes a lot of money. Like, I know people that went to school for careers, had a career, and then just went to do something completely different and made more money doing that. People don't want to be in the offices anymore. And people are not accepting lower wages either. But if it's like your own business, then I get it because like you're a businessman and you own it and this, that, and the fourth. I feel like it's different than if you were to get a job like working at Rite Aid or something and you're like in your 50s. But also some people, and it's very sad, they have to work past a certain age. They can't even retire because of the fees and taxes and all that crap. Like some people are on they get the retirement money and they're still working. That's sad. And then some people have no choice. Like I remember when I lived in the Midwest, there was like nothing there. And I almost had to resort to working at a gas station at that point, but I was like, nah. And I eventually moved away. Yeah, that's literally me. I finished university with honors, and I had plans before COVID to get a PhD and all of that, and even masters. But then I was like, you know what? Everything's changed for me mentally. But I definitely like, I don't know, office jobs suck, but I think for me personally, it would suck even more if I had to work at a store, because I've done that and I don't really like it. It takes a lot out of you. Like a lot of people would rather make their own hours and do Uber, stuff, and like make decent money doing that. Back in the day, used to show off like, oh, my son's a lawyer. Nowadays, even lawyers are not even like, and doctors are not even making that much money as much as they used to. I don't think. There are people with PhDs working at stores because they can't find jobs. Everything's just fucked. And then also people that take loans for college. Then you're stuck working certain jobs just to pay that off for the rest of your life. It's a trap. For me, it's like as long as whatever you're doing, it's not making you depressed. Like, yeah, working sucks, but at least do something that you like. It doesn't matter what it is. Some people like being social and going and working with other. What the hell is this guy doing? And working with other people and seeing, serving people, doing the coffee thing, whatever it is, right? They enjoy doing that. And they'll never be happy in an office and vice versa. So just do what you like. Yeah, I've heard that too. I've never worked for a union, but I have that have they're not that they're protected, but they enjoy that more. And there's more job security, I feel like, with that. Managers may some years made like a harassment training video, and like every single year you have to take it. You have to take it, take a little quiz with it, and acknowledge that you took it. Oh, benefits, yeah. I got a stupid K thing through my job, and I'm like, why am I putting money into this company? It doesn't even match that much. They did raise it from what it used to be before, but I've seen other jobs give way. But then I'm like, that means I have money later, which is, I guess it's a good thing. But the taxes, man. I have to pay taxes on my job for my job, right? For working in New York and living in New York. That's bullshit. Oh, I have water. Oops. Tea and coffee is gone. Why are you giving me $100 bill for a $28 order, dude? Gotta count all this change. Yeah, it's shitty. You know why? Because if you don't live in the tri-state area, you don't even have to pay that tax. It's like, how much money do you fucking want from me? I mean, I get some money back, but it's not a lot. It's not as much as they take. Do you get overtime as a union worker, or are you salaried? Did this not just show that it's a cereal box? Oh, you do? That's nice. Yeah, in mine, they were like, oh, you guys can't do. First, they froze our overtime, which is bullshit. And then they brought it back, but they limited it. Because I think, I don't know, either the company wasn't doing well or maybe people are taking advantage. I'm not sure. But they don't say anything to me. I'm good about it. Oh, do you not work every day? Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, that sounds like a good job. And you enjoy it, so. Good for you. Oh, you mean for 7 days a week? That's overkill, dude. I remember someone on Facebook was like, they were talking about how like the new generation doesn't want to work or whatever. And I was like, it's not that they don't want to work. Well, some people don't, right? But then there's people that are like saying and calling out the injustices of shit. And then some older dude was like, "Oh, you be blessed that you can work like I worked 70 hours." And I'm like, "Damn." I'm like, "If you worked 70 hours just to make ends meet, that's not normal." For extra money, that's great, but if you have to make ends meet and work 70 hours a week, that's insane. That's not a good job. Proud of, honestly. Advantage. I hated school too. It's so funny. I hate it. I hate school, but it's like I'm always finding myself taking courses. And then it does nothing nowadays. Like I don't degrees mean nothing, honestly. I don't mean to discourage anyone, but unless you're really doing something very, very specific and there's a need for it, like your little degrees don't mean shit. Like trade schools where it's at, honestly. And I feel like plumbers and people that do like all those repair stuff, they make mad money. So when I was, remember, I don't know if you're from the same generation as me, but back in the day, if you wanted to work while you were still in high school or school, you had to have like paperwork signed by your parents, your guardian, and then by the school. So as soon as I was eligible for that, I went to work. And I was able to work at like, part time and stuff. And I was so excited and happy about it because I had my own money. I didn't ask my parents. And the rule of my house was like, I didn't have to work if I went to school, but I wanted to. Oh, you went to trade school. That's good. Honestly, the first 2 years of college are like those core classes, completely useless. I had to pay out of pocket for my school, so thankfully I don't have any loans. But I know plenty of people that are in their 40s back. Oh yeah, I hated math. I'm not good at math, but I will tell you that when I went to college, I actually got better at it because I had really good professors that taught math the proper way. I had like a really shitty one at first, and then I dropped the class, and he was calling people a dunce. Like there was a guy that asked him a question, and he like drew a stick figure with a dunce cap on the board. And I was like, I'm fucking leaving this class because I'm dumb in math and I'm scared to ask questions. And then a bunch of us were dropping the course, and he was like, "Oh, why is everyone leaving the class?" And it's like, "Cause you're an asshole." So during the summer, I took the course, and I had a really, really, really good teacher. He was an older guy, and he taught it properly in the right order that it should be, and he explained it in a very good way. And then after that, I was actually doing pretty good. Yeah, I freaking hate that. Once you get a really good professor, a math teacher, then you can really like learn the subject like you have to. But this is what I did. The number one thing that fucks me up is when you're being taught something and then they're like, "Oh, but there's also this way you can do it." Once they start teaching me the alternative way of solving an equation, I stop listening. And now they're teaching this like common core crap at school. Like I'm good. But in my job, I kind of use percentages and all those types of things. So the more you use it in everyday life, the easier it gets. But I used to be so dumb in math. Oh my God. And then the word problems. They do it on purpose so that you literally are tricked by it and they're like, read the question carefully. Yeah, for real. F math. Yo, but I really am jealous of people that are really good at it. If I was good at math, I'd probably have a better job. Yep, me too. I let it count for me. Like my cousins are like super freaking smart in math, and I'm just like, and they're accountants, and they actually told me that for to be an accountant, you don't really need to know like math. It's just a common gap. But working with numbers all day, I think that would drive me insane. Yeah, me too. Like I remember being in college, and there were people that, cause like I speak two languages, right? So even though English is like my main language now, I didn't. It wasn't my first. And I remember being in college and like helping the classmates with their paper, and they literally their native language is English. But I was really really good at writing papers. I should have charged. I could have made a living selling papers. I remember in recently when I was in college, I passed my neuroscience class with like an A. And I remember the school asking me to if I wanted to tutor someone that was having troubles. And I really wanted to, but they weren't paying. They were like, "Oh, we can't pay you. But if you qualify for financial aid," which I didn't, then financial aid can pay you like a minimum amount or whatever. And I was like, "I'm sorry, but I cannot afford that." Yeah. I know there's like slang way of spelling stuff. And I remember once I used to write in like a slang way, like shortened, like acronyms or whatever. And I remember one day I wrote a paper and stupid did it, and I made those mistakes. So from now on, I just spell everything accurately because that was like embarrassing. I mean, I'm sure the person that I was tutoring, but the school better and needs to actually compensate people. You can't just ask someone to do something for free. Like at least give me a scholarship, a credit or something. These schools. I think that if I good grades, that they're gonna give me a scholarship. They didn't give me shit. You had to be so unique as a person in order to even like apply to a scholarship. Have a great night. Thanks for the chat. To head out too in a little bit. Bye. It is mislabeled. What the hell? It says sugar and there's milk in here. Of course, this game is buggy as hell. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Kind of sucks I had to start the day over. Or not the day, the game over. But it does work now. So if you are having crashing issues as well, you might have to delete the first save and start over. It worked for me. Nothing else was working for me. There were some people saying that you can back it up somehow. Don King Donuts. Map now. Map too. So there's the super. If you press M, let's. Here's a bleh, wholesale grocer, which you can buy in smaller amounts for cheaper. There's some ghost vegetables. I'm assuming this I don't have unlocked yet. Just say, just pick it up. It's for cheap. What is it? $4. All right. No. That. What else is there? Meat and dairy. It's organic. Oh, this stuff I don't think I have unlocked yet. Here's some cheese and milk. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.